Hey, what's going on, everyone on YouTube? So we're working on a 2015 Jeep Cherokee Latitude, a two-wheel drive, and it's the 2.4 liter. The owner of this vehicle is having some issues. So check engine lights on, and it's also got the symbol of the loose fuel cap. The fuel cap is already replaced, but we still have that problem. So let's diagnose. Okay, as you can see, the symbol for a loose fuel cap is lit up, and also we have a check engine light. So let me connect the scanner and then let's retrieve the codes. We retrieved the codes and there they are: P0457 evap system, loose fuel cap. The next one is P0456 evap system, small leak. So let's see what we find. So my intent for this video is to help you find the most common places where the small leak may occur on a Jeep Latitude. It could be the fuel cap. In this case, the fuel cap is new, so we know it's good. The second is purge valve for the evap system. We can take a look at that, and also the tubing around it, make sure there's nothing broken. And there's also a component back here in the back area called the ESIM, the evaporative system integrity module. So ESIM. If you don't have a smoke leak detector, first check out these problems first before you go any further and taking it to a shop if you're mechanically inclined and you feel comfortable with this repair. So let's inspect the purge valve. Okay. Let's remove the cover for the valve cover. It just unsnaps easy. Then we have to remove this intake tube right here. So we'll disconnect this hose here, loosen up the clamp, dump the bottom clamp here at the throttle body, and also disconnect this sensor. Okay, the sensor's already disconnected. Now we're going to remove or loosen up the clamp down here at the throttle body. Be patient, it is in a tight spot, but it is manageable. We have to remove this bolt right here that secures the intake tube. Okay, the intake tube is already removed, and here goes the hoses for the evap system right here. Now you want to double check, make sure there's no cracks, no damage, and everything looks really good, secured, and no cracks at all, especially here. This is another common area where they tear or break, and they look really good. This is just a foam cover to protect the purge valve, which is underneath. And let me remove that so that you can see. Okay, so this is what it looks like, this foam that protects the purge valve. So you can see the plug, and then you can see the two connections here of the hoses that are part of the evap system. I did notice that the little tab is broken here, but it's still secured, so it's not a problem. And again, I don't see any tears at all, even using my fingertip and my nail to see if I feel like a hairline crack, but everything looks good. This hose is also important to inspect as well, and this hose looks really good as well. Visually checking, no damage at all. So let's move on to the ESIM. So friendly reminder, again, the ESIM is located here in this area right here. It's on the passenger side rear area, and you don't have to take the wheel off to get access to the ESIM, but I'm going to remove the wheel off to remove the plastic inner fender here so that I can get better camera shot and helping you see the ESIM and where it's located and how to take it off, replace it, and then put everything back together. Okay, we're going to remove this nut. We're going to remove this one, this nut, and remove this plastic screw. You also have to remove this screw right here just so that you can get this flap out the way. So this is a 7mm socket. Now let's remove this plastic. Don't forget, this is a spacer for that plastic insert. Make sure you put it back in its place. There's another nut right here. I forgot to mention, this is a size 10 metric. And we got one right there. This is an 8. There's another nut right here that I didn't see. It's also a 10. Come out now. Well, I can leave it like this. We really don't have to remove this tab. Now we have access to the canister. I thought it was on this side, but it's on this side towards the rear. Okay, so we're in the fender well area. Towards the rear, this is the canister. And this is the ESIM. So let me explain how to remove it. First, we have to disconnect this. Okay, before removing the plug, we have to bring down the little blue tab, and I just used a pick, got on the blue tab and pulled it down. This will unlock the plug, so make sure you don't damage it. Just pull down this blue tab here. Let me get in the center of the screen here. Pull it down so that it can unlock. Next, let's remove the ESIM. There's a tab right underneath here. You need to pull it towards you and twist, and it comes right out with no problem. And it does have a hose connected to it, but it's easy to remove. And here we go. Not bad at all. The common problem with the P0456 pertains to the seal that seals the ESIM. You want to pull it out, make sure it comes out, and then let's install the new one. This is the part number from AutoZone, ESIM 1002, to replace the ESIM. They call it different. They call it a evaporative leak detector pump of some sorts. But this is the part number, and I would also put it on the link below. So now let's install. First, let's install the seal. Very easy to do. There is no one way. It's either just install it and it'll be okay. It's not like a on one direction. The tab is down here at the bottom, so you can see the tab. The tab is right here at the bottom. So I'm gonna put it in this position here. It's already installed into the port, and then all we have to do is just twist it until the tab resets in its position. Now it's sealed. Plug is installed. Make sure the blue tab is pushed in to lock the plug, and we're good to go. Don't forget to install the hose. This hose right here. Make sure you install it back in its location onto the port of the ESIM. Everything looks good. Now we're ready to install the fender, the inner fender plastic, and the wheel. Okay, so the loose fuel cap is already turned off. Now the best thing to do, in my opinion, from my experience, is just disconnect the battery, because if you go by the forums or you look at other type of technical literature, it says it's got to cycle several times in order for it to go away, and it's going to take a long time. It can take a few days, one day, it can even take a week. So I wouldn't even bother that. Just disconnect the battery, and then it would remove that light once the repair is completed. So remember, once you do your inspections on the P0456 pertaining to the evap system, when you replace the ESIM, just remember to disconnect the battery so that the light can come off or reset itself. If not, it's going to take some time for it to reset itself on its own, and then continue driving. This video is for a DIY person that has mechanical abilities and has some basic tools. If that light comes back on again, then you will have to go to a mechanic or a technician that has a leak smoke detector machine so that they can find where the leak is coming from. But these are the 3 most common problems with this vehicle right here. Okay, so anyways, hope this video helped you out. Please hit the like button. I appreciate it, and don't forget to subscribe. See ya.